President Biden calling it sheer evil. Of course, this was the national address that a lot of people thought should have come much sooner. Monday was a holiday, but the White House finally saying something and saying that the United States would have give unconditional support to Israel while the administration tries to find out where those American hostages are that are being held in Gaza, along with so many others. The USS Gerald R. Ford arriving in the eastern Mediterranean on Tuesday to deter other enemies of Israel from attacking while trying to prevent a broader regional conflict this morning. We know that Hezbollah, another terror organization, has reportedly fired missiles at an Israeli military position in the north. Israel did return fire on southern Lebanon, but we're getting a lot of notes here from our news desk about the Defense Department's response and what they will do in terms of support. The USS Gerald R. Ford, one of the ships, we know that it has nuclear capabilities. Joe Khalil from the White House, do you have any information from what Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin might be saying as of this morning?
Well, he's going to be speaking at 9:15 Eastern time, so in just a couple of minutes now. But we do have an update now, some clarification from the Pentagon on the assets that the United States is putting in place in the Mediterranean right now to help Israel. And so we've reported, you just laid out there, the USS Gerald Ford. This is not just America's newest, but it's also its most advanced aircraft carrier, and the strike group, everything that comes along with it. So we're talking about fighter jets, we're talking about F-15s, F-16s, and others there now. The update and clarification we're getting, Adrienne, is that there is the possibility of a second American aircraft carrier. We're told now that was actually already on its way in its normal course to the eastern Mediterranean region anyway, before the conflict started. But the Pentagon is now saying the fact that the USS Eisenhower, this second aircraft carrier, is there, that is a potential for the United States also to have in place just in case it needs it, just in case our allies in Israel need that support. So that could certainly be a major factor now. And I want to be clear about this also. The Defense Department here and the White House, they are all making it clear the United States is not inserting itself into this conflict, but having that presence there is a deterrence to the friends and allies of Hamas, whether that be Iran or whether that be Iran's proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon, whether that be militia groups in Syria. Having those two aircraft carriers potentially in the region is meant as a message, a signal, a warning to those outside parties not to get more directly involved than they already are. And we did hear specifically this morning from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin sort of laying that out. Here's what he said from Brussels just this morning, a few hours ago.
As President Biden has made clear, no other party hostile to Israel should try to exploit these despicable attacks. Like any other country, Israel has a bedrock right to defend itself from terrorism and aggression.
Adrienne, it's not just hard power that the United States is using as deterrence to help Israel. We also have Central Command. We have our intelligence assets that are working with the Israelis to coordinate potentially hostage rescue. Yesterday, President Biden confirmed what many Americans had feared, which is that there are Americans among the hostages that Hamas has in Gaza right now. President Biden also confirming that there have been 14 Americans killed. There are special ops that are Americans on the ground in Israel regularly. This is a routine thing. They're stationed at the American embassy there and for regularly scheduled joint training purposes. But they're not actually engaging in activity. Again, no American boots on the ground, as the White House and the Department of Defense say, at least for now. But we know, as Prime Minister Netanyahu has said, this could very well be a prolonged conflict. So certainly those dynamics could change. Markie.
Yeah, a lot of people wanting to know when this ends. Joe Khalil, thank you so much. And we also understand Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is speaking any moment now. It looks like that will be mainly on Ukraine. But of course, if that changes and he switches gears to talk about Israel, we'll, of course, take those comments live. Joe, thank you once again.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.